we've kind of been here before. Just again, lead going into the third period, not able to hold on. Of course, no tough goal off a deflection. Then another tough loss in OT tonight.
Yeah, I mean, going into the third, I mean, we did everything we could. They got that off an icing play, the deflection, and then that's their tying goal. So I mean, yeah, it's tough for sure. I mean, we did everything we could. We limited them to, I don't even know what the shots were, but under 25 possibly, and then, a penalty in overtime. I mean, the penalties they are what they are, and then a 4-on-3, and that's tough. You only practice that so much. They get it off the rush, they score, and no, we deserved a better fate. We made all the adjustments that we needed to make. They scored one 5-on-5 goal, and it was that kind of that lucky bounce. Other than that, they got the 4-on-4. We could have made it 2-0. They go down, make it 1-1. And we just let them stick around a little too long all night. Yeah,
it seems like a Kings team that just really couldn't finish the Chiefs off tonight. But let's go back to the first period, and an unbelievable first period, out shooting the Chiefs 14-5. Casey Yaman gets that goal, and based on that first period, you kind of looked like that this Kings team was going to soar on through this game.
Yeah, and that's again, that's kind of the story. We've been having some really good starts at home, and we're happy with that. Now score first and go into the second with the lead, and then to kill that penalty at the start of the second. But no, that was the energy wanted. Similar to last night, we had a very good start. This time we were able to capitalize. Casey makes a nice play there and scores on his birthday, so got the bench going. But no, I think right now we're pretty hot out of the gate, but just a little bit of depth and being able to hold things later in the game has been tough.
Yeah. So what's kind of been the thing going into the second periods where you haven't been able to sustain that momentum and that high energy play?
Well, we're starting off the second with a kill here, so it's a little bit of a different mindset. You're going in just to kind of kill the time there and get out of that. So that, sometimes that can help kind of swing the momentum in your way, and it did. And then for most of that second period, it was, kind of deadlocked back and forth. And like I said, they got that one to kind of, even things up. But even then, we were playing good hockey. Like I said, 5-on-5, we didn't give them much, and then obviously we got that second goal, and we just gotta kind of hold it. But no, it's been we've been having some success scoring lately, but this weekend it was a little bit tougher than we expected.
But let's talk about that second goal. Adam Mendelson finally getting his first with the new team, and he's somebody that's really improved over the last little bit. He's had a lot of chances over this 4-game homestand. It must have felt really good for him to finally get one in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, what a gift to get a player like that. And I mean, whenever you can get a player that can skate so well, you can fit him in anywhere. And now, with Van Hoot, Chikero there, and Erzi, that line's been great. We even talked about it last weekend. And, for him to get that off the board, the guy's, he's one of the hardest working guys we got. And that's another one of those uplifting ones. And then, going into this, like I said, going to the third, we felt like the momentum was on our side. And, it's a bad bounce. I mean, I don't know what else you can really say to clean that one up. You win the face-off, but it's off an icing play. But no, having him score that first with us has been huge. It feels like he's contributed a lot more than we see on the game sheet with him, for sure.
Yeah, and then like you said, this was a game you probably deserved a better fate, and and it didn't seem like you guys lost the game, but maybe Chilliwack won it. Or
yeah.
Where do you go vice versa there?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in overtime, I mean, granted, you officiate the game the same way, but you look at that, didn't really have control of the puck. He's in deep. The goalie's there. I mean, I don't know if that's a hook. I've already watched it a couple times. I think that's just you kind of holding his ice there. Yeah, his stick comes across, but it makes no impact on the play there. And then you're just you're going in to just kill the time here to get back to 3-on-3, and they make that play off of a change. They go down and shoot. But yeah, I guess you could say they came back and found a way to win it. I don't think we look at that as if we lost. I mean, the turnaround from last night in the D zone was great, and we know we can make those adjustments, but we got to start translating these into some wins.
Yeah, absolutely. And what is it going to take? Because, again, it's been good performance after good performance over the last little bit. But, again, this team just hasn't been able to find a way to get over the hump.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have some belief. But like I said, the deadline's come and gone. Our rosters kind of is what it is. We need that kind of depth and that mindset of, okay, if we're going 12 forwards or 11 forwards like we did tonight, eventually, we got to have guys that can can kind of lock it down. And at the flip side, we need guys who can score that goal. I mean, we had a couple of great A's on the power play that could have made that 3-1. And you take into account every time we had a chance to pull away. Vanderkoy makes a big save there, short-handed in the third. And, we got to respond. And if we'd finish out with a goal, then, maybe a little bit of a different fate. But, no, we can't let teams hang around. Doesn't mean we got to necessarily score 5 every night, but if we can get a 2-goal cushion, we should be able to seal the deal.
And then overtime, it's kind of been the same story in overtime. It's just no offensive opportunity for the Kings team, and the one chance against it finds its way into the back of the net. Yeah, I mean the start of the kill was great, and it would have been nice to get that back to 3-on-3. Again, you only practice a 4-on-3 so much. You just kind of run it the way you want, but they got it off a change and it went down. Our guys didn't get a chance to really set there, and Vanderkoy kept us in the game all night, and it's unfortunate to kind of go out with that. Like I said, I just want the call to be 100% in overtime, and it's Yu's not a guy that takes too many hooking penalties, and 4-on-3, then you're just kind of holding your breath and trying to survive a little bit. Yeah, and you guys we're hard on them, but again, just called on a change there in OT. But again, one of the standouts tonight, there's a couple of the Kings, of course, Casey Yaman, goal and an assist on his birthday, and then Liam Vanderkoy, who's again another solid performance in net. And I know he's had a chance to work with goalie coach Tavin Grant this weekend, and I think it's really shown what he's learned, because today he seemed kind of like a more stable goaltender out there. Yeah, his patience, and we just kind of have a couple of key points with him, and he's so big, he's so athletic. It's, a guy like that, when you're that athletic, you want to use it. And with him, he's a great athlete, but you see the style of goalies, that are 6'7", they're very efficient, and they don't move a lot. So it's kind of, you have all this ability to be a great athlete, and you're kind of told to kind of hone it in, and that's tough. He's kind of like a wild racehorse where he wants to kind of go and he wants to compete. And today he looks super composed. Made some big saves, and that's a great thing. Even last night, him coming in, he looked very composed, and we saw a little different mindset from him this weekend. And then over the last 4 games, 4-game homestand, you pick up points in 3 of those games, of the 4 games, and I think that's a good thing to say. But it's still 1 win out of those 4 games. But how these 4 home games, how would you kind of rate these here? There's been some swings of some good stuff and some not so good stuff. Right now we're in a position where 3 through 6 is it's a tight race in this division, and so we gotta just start getting some wins to kind of get our name in the ring there. We're in 6, so sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6 are really close. Chilliwack's desperate for points, and Victoria, Coquitlam, and Alberni, they're looking at the standings every night, fighting for home ice advantage, and we gotta throw our name in the ring there. And like I said, then I went, sir, you're starting to kind of pull away here. So these games we got coming up against these guys in our division, we just got to start getting points. And these are 4-point games in the division, and we got to play catch up here in the next 18 games we have left. Yeah, and it was a tough result this weekend, but we have to give a shout out to the fans here. 1,000 people last night, 1,000 people here this afternoon. What was it like down there on the bench with all the fans in the stands this weekend? It was great. It's nice to see kind of the new year, people out, and obviously with the Tla'amin Nation night last night, and then tonight with the free sponsor night game. It's hopefully the fans got a sense of good hockey, which is going to encourage them to come back out while we make this playoff push, and then obviously in the playoffs it's going to be great. But it was great energy on the bench, and this town, it's great to see people out and supporting the Kings. And then obviously going forward, still a while before the Kings return home, but next 4 games on the road, but that's not until 2 weeks, as you have kind of an all-star break, so you have an extra week now to kind of work on some things. What's going to be kind of the game plan over the next little bit here as you guys get set for 2 games against Nanaimo? Yeah, we'll get a little bit of rest. I mean, we'll practice, we'll have ice all week. We'll kind of cater to different things. I mean, time like this, you can work on a 4-on-3, so we'll touch on everything that kind of needs some detail work. But yeah, tomorrow we'll get on the ice. We'll have some fun, play some games, compete a little bit, and then we'll just kind of work on some things, do some skill work. But it's good to have another break. I mean, we just feels like we just came off a break, but it's good to just kind of have a weekend off. The guys can get together and a little bit of team bonding, and yeah, it should be good. And then we're excited to get on the road and get back on the island. Well, we can't wait for the Kings return to action. But an all-star break this weekend in Penticton. Carter McNarland going to Penticton representing the Kings. Thank you very much, Harry. And I guess we'll be chatting to you again in a few weeks. Yep, sounds good. Thanks, sir.